Hi everyone, welcome back to Trees and Turtles. My name's Imogen. In today's video, I'm sharing things I love about living in Cambridge. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that. Give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and let's get started. What is up with my shirt? Okay, I'm not actually sure that's better. Let's get on with the video. I live in Cambridge. I love living in Cambridge. I was born in Cambridge, raised in Cambridge, moved away to Durham for university, missed Cambridge, moved back to Cambridge, now live in my own first little flat in Cambridge, which I rent, obviously, because I'm 23. What did you expect? I'm a homeowner? No. Anyway, I live in Cambridge. So, I love living in Cambridge, and this is a random list of things that I like. So if you're thinking of moving here, if you're thinking of visiting, then please take these things as semi-gospel from a local, because I've been here most of my life, and these are things that I absolutely adore about Cambridge. And number one is the bikes and the public transport. Now, I get if you're visiting, then you might be a little bit overwhelmed by the number of bikes in Cambridge, and I'm not gonna lie, it is a lot. But I think maybe because I was brought up with it and I've been riding a bike since I was like 3 years old, that like I have grown to have this immense love for it. And when I moved away to Durham is like, it's like the bike infrastructure is okay. It's sort of slightly above average, I would say. But basically nobody had a bike. And I bought a bike in second year and all my housemates were like, why have you got a bike? And I was like, I'm from Cambridge, I miss having a bike. But yeah, the bikes and public transport is really good. And the bike infrastructure, they are building, well, they have finished building some new bike lanes, which I use a lot. And generally, I mean, it could be better, it could always be better, but I think Cambridge is one of the best places to cycle in the UK. And it is just genuinely very easy to get around in a sort of climate-friendly way. You get a lot of exercise, it's generally quite safe. And the public transport system is always great. Like, if my bike is out of action for whatever reason, I can go wherever I need to on the bus or the train or like pretty much anything. So bikes and public transport is one of the best things about living in Cambridge. Number two, green space. Green space is a massive advantage to living in Cambridge. So it does have that sort of not exactly small town vibe. It's a smallish city, but it has so much green space. So like the parks like Jesus Green, Midsummer Common, Parker's Piece, that are sort of integrated into the city. So wherever you are in the city, you're never too far from like green space. And as someone who loves the environment and loves to get outside, this is one of the best things. Like, I love it so much. Anytime I'm stressed, I'll just go and I'll like sit under a tree, or I'll go and like check out what's going on, because there's usually like fun fairs or like events happening on each of the greens, and you can just see different, like how the seasons change as well. Like, you can see the tree-lined avenue in the autumn on Jesus Green, or you can see the flowers of the Princess Diana Memorial Garden on Christ Pieces in the spring. And the seasonality of it is something that I really appreciate, and the way that the green spaces are integrated into the city. And that's probably to do with the university's almost universal ownership of the land. Like, they have kind of protected a lot of the like green space heritage in some ways, I think, and put the rents up for like store owners. But anyway, green space is something that's really valuable in Cambridge, and it's one of the best things. The city centre is absolutely stunning. If you've ever visited or seen pictures, or I don't know, watched the movie Chariots of Fire, you will know that the Cambridge city centre is absolutely gorgeous, and the architecture, the colleges, I mean, I'm biased because I grew up here, but it never fails to amaze me. I think I went through a phase as a teenager of kind of taking it for granted because I saw it just so often, and since I've moved back here, I have absolutely not taken it for granted. Like, I've really discovered a sense of like joy and wonder. Like, every time I go into Cambridge city centre, I'm like, holy shit, I get to live here. Like, that's amazing. And like, it never gets old. Like, I don't think it's ever going to get old again, because I don't know, the city centre is absolutely stunning, and it is just, yeah, amazing. Another thing that is really great, for me in particular, because I'm a massive nerd, if you haven't been on this channel for very long, firstly, welcome. Secondly, I'm a huge nerd and I love to learn, and I talk about that a lot, so get ready for me talking about learning a lot. But in Cambridge, it is very easy to find nerdy friends, and intellectual pursuits are very widely valued, as you might imagine, because obviously Cambridge is home to Cambridge University, and it is kind of like one of the main hubs in the UK for extremely nerdy people and people who love to, you know, go to lectures and solve maths problems in their spare time for fun, okay? So it is extremely easy to find nerdy friends. Whatever flavour of nerd you are, whether you're like a sort of a studying nerd or more of like a board game geek, or, you know, you're really into Star Wars and comics or whatever it is, like, you are going to find that flavour of nerd in Cambridge. So if you are someone who likes intellectual pursuits and you like intellectual hobbies and you want to find someone to talk to, be friends with, someone to date who is intellectual and nerdy and values those things, Cambridge is the place to go, okay? Like, it is so easy. It is almost insanely easy. It's great. Another thing that I love about living in Cambridge is the cultural opportunities. So there are a lot of concerts in Cambridge. It's very culturally sort of diverse. There's a lot of student theatre. There are amazing transport links to London, so if you ever wanted to go for a day out, it's really easy to get there and back. So the cultural opportunities in Cambridge, both in the city and in terms of transport connections, are amazing. And I feel really lucky. Like, there are so many museums, again, very much linked to the sort of intellectual culture of entertainment in Cambridge. And yeah, cultural opportunities, 10 out of 10. Another thing that I wanted to talk to you about, and I kind of referred to this in the last point, are the transport links. So, like I said, the bikes and public transport, amazing, but transport links to London and basically everywhere else by proxy are also extremely good. You get on the right train and you can be in London in under an hour, and believe me, I take advantage of this opportunity as much as I possibly can, because I love London. Like, I'm a massive, like, big city girl, and I love to, you know, I have friends who live in London, and I have friends who live places that are easily commutable to London. I have friends who live between me and London, okay? So the transport links to London and basically everywhere else, whenever I solo travel, I usually just zip down to London and get a flight from there, or get a train like the Eurostar or whatever. So the transport links to London and then basically everywhere else by proxy are amazing. So it is a really good sort of accessible jumping off point for the rest of the world, pretty much. And finally, this is kind of maybe unique to my experience and also very UK based, but not everywhere in the UK. Good healthcare. I've had a mixed bag of experiences with healthcare in Cambridge, but in general, it's been pretty damn good. So an example is when I came back from Durham. During my time at Durham, I got on anxiety meds, and when I moved back to Cambridge, they moved my repeat prescription from Durham to Cambridge with basically no delay and very easily. And I find it pretty easy to get like access to healthcare, and, you know, I had to go into hospital in 2023 and I was looked after really well. So obviously it can be a mixed bag, and I've had bad experiences too, but on the whole, the healthcare in Cambridge is really, really good, and that's just my experience. So take it with a pinch of salt, but I feel really lucky to live in a place that has free healthcare and a place that has like widely accessible healthcare. And even, you know, like if I need an appointment like that's out of hours, they have a system for that as well. So I do feel like quite well cared for. Alright, these are things I love about living in Cambridge. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that, give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and comment below if you are moving to Cambridge or if you are like visiting Cambridge, because I would love to give you some more like recommendations. Check out my other Cambridge videos because I love making Cambridge videos. If you want more Cambridge videos, let me know, please. I really want to make some more. Please tell me if you want more Cambridge videos. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!